I will tell you my story. Our story. What is the reason, you ask? The story needs to be told, and if there is no one left to tell it, its meaning will be lost. Why now, you ask, when all lies shattered around us? Yes, you are right. But we are at the end of times, and when something ends, something else begins. So my story might yet live on in this world. They gave me different names. They called me the hero, the one who sacrificed everything to save the people and the land. They called me the destroyer, who betrayed the trust of all races and brought the end of times. I am both, and I am neither. I want you to hear me, see through my eyes, understand the reasons for the things I have done. And before I pass from this world, I need to be judged. I need you to judge me.
Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Gio from Switchrpg.com. We are playing Tower of Time here. I want to first and foremost thank Digerati for providing me a review code to play this game. A little earlier than normal, very much appreciated. Tower of Time! Tower of Time has been, I believe it's out on PC, maybe? I don't know. I was able to play this a little bit on Xbox in their closed beta. Very little, and there wasn't much exposure there. So I'm not saying that I'm going to be an expert. I am very much a novice when it comes to Tower of Time. But it is a tactical strategy RPG, and I think you guys are going to like it. I think you guys are going to like it, especially if you're into the older, I guess the real-time with pause computer games, CRPGs. I think it's something in the realm of, say, for example, Wasteland 2, Pillars of Eternity, hopefully without the bugs. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully they've straightened that out with Pillars of Eternity at some point, but I don't know. Hopefully Tower of Time has none of those issues, and we have to deal with nothing. First and foremost, take a look at the settings. General. Alright, so we have some English, Polish, Deutsch, Russian, I think, French, maybe Korean or Chinese, I'm not sure, Turk. Alright, so that's our languages there. Damage values, I'm not sure what this is going to mean here. So we have aggregated and detailed. I'm not sure what that means right now. Move camera at screen edge, subtitles, of course. Exploration speed is on normal. I don't know, we may mess with that later. I don't know. We didn't make any changes, actually. Can we just move on? Graphical changes. There's brightness, contrast, saturation. Nothing crazy there. Audio, music volume, sound effects, and cinematic volume. These are actually all defaulted to 50%. I changed the cinematic volume up a little bit because I usually find those maybe a little bit lower in general. So I changed those a little bit. Music, actually, yeah, let's go 60 on that as well. That's pretty good. All right, let's apply that. Back out. All right, I did not play the game. I made those changes even before even starting the game. Let's see what we got here. Difficulty, story. If you are here to enjoy the story. We are here to enjoy the story, but we want a little bit of pushback. Enjoy the story, but don't forget upgrading your party. Enemies might surprise you from time to time. Okay? Normal encounters are challenging. Expect to use slow time / pause. Enemies will use everything they have to defeat your party. Hard, yeah. I don't expect to do these, but let's see. For veteran players, one mistake will not kill you, but a few will. Enemies are ruthless and will exploit your weakness. Expect to die a lot. Be clever. Think outside the box before prepare before each fight and understand the synergies between the champions. Recommended only if you get familiar with the combat. Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm kind of actually leaning towards easy, but let's try normal.
Our land is dying, and we are dying with it. This was not always the case. Artara was once a place of wonder and beauty. The 5 races thrived in peace and harmony. Then, long ago, something happened. A cataclysm of unimaginable proportions. Something so disastrous, we don't even have a name for it. For when it destroyed our civilization, it took with it all knowledge of history. The past is now lost to us. Our future is uncertain. We are left trapped in a bleak and dismal present. The land itself is our enemy now. The weather extreme and unpredictable. Droughts persist for several weeks, followed by floods that wash everything away. Yet our gravest problem is the lack of sunlight. Storm clouds shroud our world in everlasting twilight. Without the sun, we are unable to grow food, and so we struggle to survive this dark world, a seemingly hopeless battle. I look back now to when I was a young boy, living on the fringe of the human domain. While hunting for food, I stumbled upon ruins uncovered by a recent earthquake. A bad omen, normally avoided. But this time, something drew me in.
The beginning, 25 years ago, the entire morning passed without a sign of a single rabbit. Rarely was hunting so bad in the woods surrounding your village. It felt as if something unnatural lingered in the air, a frightening thought that sent a shiver down your spine as you slowed your pace and gazed through the trees to a scene of total devastation. What is this place? Looks like a different world. Perhaps I should turn back. The elders are very strict about the old stuff. If you come across anything strange that belongs to the old times, don't touch it. Don't press any buttons, don't take any crystals. Come back and tell an adult immediately. Ah, they're scared of their own shadows. It can't hurt to look around. Alright, so we were hunting, and, here we are. We saw, after an earthquake, apparently, Gardens of Sorrow, 3 miles. Hebden Car, 9 miles. I am reading that. Ostwick Bridge, 14 miles. Those names mean nothing to you. What do we got here? You lean over the bridge and look below. You only see blue mist swirling. That does look like it's kind of floating there. So here we are. Yeah, we're a boy just wandering a place. Alright, so there is no 360 degree. It looks like there's a zoom in, zoom out. As you approach the statue, its eyes flicker with life and speaks. Welcome to the sanctum of the First Magus. Please state your business. I just want to look around. The First Magus awaits you. Ambassador Chunstable, representative of the King under the mountain. Who? No, wait a second. I'm just a boy from the village. I was just taking a look around. Then there was The Sanctum Guardians have been alerted. They'll escort you to the administrative captain. Please do not be alarmed. Maybe I'll just go back the way I came. Please stay where you are and do not be alarmed. The Sanctum Guardians will escort you to the administrative captain. Resistance is not advised. You wait apprehensively for a moment, but nothing happens. Interesting. Alright, looks like we can actually go a couple of ways here. Oh, never mind. We've been taken over. Below you lies a large throne lined with immense luminescent crystal. Peer over the edge and focus your attention on one of the larger blue crystals. A faint voice calls out. Fear is a gatekeeper that turns back the masses. Have courage, your destiny beckons. Who are you? What is this place? Come to me, your time is nigh. A powerful desire to leap off the edge of this precipice to the throne far below washes over you. Sweat breaks across your brow as you force yourself back step by step. The voice vanishes, but the irresistible urge to reach the throne remains. You look around for a safe way down. Alright, well, looks like we gotta get down that way. Apparently. Is there anything here? I will say there's like not a delay in the controls. Like, I'll stop pushing the joystick to move, and I'll let you know when I do that, and the character continues to move. Like, I'm going to stop right now. Even pushing it, there's a slight delay, so there's something a little off there. Hopefully that's repaired, or I'm not entirely sure if that's done on purpose. Alright, what's this here? Can we take a look? Nope, no we can't. Oh, we got something. What are those things? Got giant arms. I can hear footsteps, but I need his footsteps to be louder. What do we have here? What are these things? First guardian arm. Look, a boy approaches. Another human after all this time, but a mere child. He doesn't have the skill to survive this place, and yet he has come this far. Perhaps he is ready. Ready? Ready for what? This is all premature. He must develop the power, or else others will manipulate him. Yes, I sense it now. Are you capable, boy? Do you know magic? Magic? No, of course not. Just a hunter. A hunter? But of what, I wonder? Tell us, do you always know where you aim your bow? Even with your eyes shut? Enough, leave him be. He doesn't understand. Besides, he poses no threat. Yet. Let him pass. Let him see for himself. Very well. Go ahead, boy. Embrace your fate. Alright. Embrace your fate. So it looks like we definitely have to go to that throne. What do we got here? What are you? First Magus Elthrador. Okay. I don't know what any of these things are. Got some books. I know where we gotta go, but I'm nosy. I am very nosy. Alright, here we are. The throne with the crystals. A boy! You are still a child, and yet you heard my call? How can this be? Tell me! I don't know. Please, let me go. I'm scared. I just want to go home. Yes, I can sense your fear. But this fear does not rule your heart. There is something else. You are different, as I once was long ago. You are inexperienced. Your ability underdeveloped. Undeveloped. Jeez. But there is no mistake. Such dormant feral raw power. An indisputable match. I don't understand. There is much to explain. And where I have the will, I do not possess the time. I grow weaker by the moment. It took all my strength to raise the tower again, and I must rest now. In time, you will forget this place. You will grow strong and skillful and find a position in your world. For this, before I release you, I must entrust in you an insatiable desire to return. Feel strange. What are you doing to me? For some day, many days from now, you will return to this tower, seek in the depths, and on that day, when my power has recovered, we will talk again. Please, let me go. Forgive me, boy. You will come to understand, I promise. The memory of this meeting will vanish from your mind once you leave this place, but you will return as surely as a seedling reaches for the sun. Go! Run now. This place is not safe for a child, even for you. Learn thyself, give thyself to the world as I have. Return when you are ready. Okay. I am not controlling this. It is just, he's just leaving. The beginning.
Descending the stairs led me to a crystal throne which glittered with swirling light. I felt strangely compelled to approach and sit. As I took my place upon it, a sudden torrent of light enveloped me. The illumination overwhelmed my senses. I grew nauseous and weak, but before I lost consciousness, the throne ejected me to the floor. I fled and told no one what happened, for fear of being deemed tainted and banished from the village, for this was the way of my people. I tried to forget the experience, to convince myself it was my overactive imagination. But the visions that followed said otherwise. Every night, the nightmares came. Their torment highlighted my confusion, as each morning I remembered little, fragmented images, words which made no sense, nothing more. I would have thought myself mad, if not for the strange, incomprehensible symbols I often drew in the sand. Proof that forces beyond my understanding were at work. People in my vicinity kept their distance, and I think they feared me. Over time, they learned to tolerate my unusual nature. But I was always alone, left to brood and ponder my strange fate. One winter, it all came flooding back to me. I realized the crystal throne sat not at the bottom of some ancient ruins, but at the top of a construction incomprehensible in scale. That the ruins were not ruins of some lost city or ancient castle, but a single massive tower buried deep within the earth, and buried upside down. Some unexplainable force had lifted the construction into the sky, rotated it, and driven it into the ground. In that moment of clarity, I knew one thing above all others. I had to go back to that place, for the power within was the one thing that could save Artara. Years later, I found myself a commander in the last human kingdom's militia. The king, a just man and good friend, granted me a favor for my years of loyal service. I had but one request: a small force of men and resources to return to the village of my birth and explore the tower. Preoccupied by an eroding empire, the king held little interest in ancient ruins and towers. He did, however, see the reclaiming of a long-abandoned village on the border of an ever-shrinking kingdom as a boost to the people's morale. He gave me what I requested, and his blessing. So here I am, returning to the very place which has haunted me my entire life. It is a desolate place now. Time has not been kind to my village. Most of it has rotted or been washed away. Yet the tower remains just as I remember it. I am in awe of the power within, and perhaps fearful. The men and I are setting up the camp in the village, while Cain and Maev, two of my most capable warriors, will scout the tower. Once again, I feel its call. We must uncover its secrets. We must find a way to reach the power within. If we fail, it will be the end of us.
We cannot fail. We gotta reach the top or the bottom? I don't know. We'll figure it all out. At long last, just as impressive as I remember. I've never seen anything like this. Such green, healthy-looking plants. This is Maeve. You. Whether by natural or enchanted means, something about the soil here produces abundant life. The key to our salvation, whoever returns the secret will be king of our Tara, queen, Cain. And this secret, is this a secret came for, my lord? New crops? I don't think so. No. There must be something else here. Where there is one secret, there are many others. Profit, potential, here could be limitless. If you seek to uncover the secrets of this place, then we will do so. Maeve and I will scout the area before you proceed. No need for unnecessary risks. While appreciated, your concern is unwarranted, my old friend. After all, I survived this place as a child, with no threat. You weren't a threat at all. But you're no longer a child, my lord. You're our commander, and we swore an oath to protect you. There may be outlaws or raiders lurking. Scoundrels are of no concern. I'm well aware, my lord, is a skilled fighter, but this is a matter of regulation and duty, okay? I shouldn't have to remind you of that. A commander's primary task is to command. Ours is to obey, and in this instance, I assure his welfare. Maeve is right, of course. We cannot afford to lose you to some unforeseen danger, or a long forgotten trap. Allow us to clear the way and provide you safe passage. At your discretion, old friend, but be careful. I recall an unease about this place, strange mechanisms and statues of stone and metal, and something about crystals. It is difficult to recall. The more I try to remember, the less clear it becomes, as if some will beyond of my own works against me. I will return to the village now. Call me, for once the way is clear. As you command. Normally, I would allow the leader to go first, but duty calls for the strongest arm and the keenest combat sense to lead. Get behind me and stay close, fair maiden. This is going to be a long journey. Did you already forget what happened last time you kept calling me that? Yeah, I forgot already. So tell me more about my lord. You've known him far longer than I. Well, for one, he wasn't highborn. He earned the king's respect and his position through service and skill. I had been in the king's guard just over 5 years when he first joined. A formidable fighter and quick learner, he showed immediate potential, but he often had this odd, distant look in his eyes. So odd, to tell you the truth, it spooked most of the other men. And what of this tower? Does he truly seek a way to heal the land? Or are we on some fool's errand? When you have spilled blood with a man on the battlefield, you know his mettle. Maeve, I don't know. When you know his mettle, Maeve. I don't know what awaits us here, but I can tell you one thing. Whatever he is seeking in this place, he believes it will help us all. That's good enough for me. Alright, and away we go. We gotta clear this place out. Oh, I see something shiny. 5 gold. Alright, cool. Let's go. Let's get out of here. We got 5 gold. Move along. Anything else shiny? It looks like the game is already giving us some good stuff. 6 gold. We are by the spirits. What is this? This water is so clear you can see straight through it. It tastes sweet too. The merchants back in the city would pay a week's wages for a pitcher of this. Look below. Have you seen fruit trees like that? These trees here? Oh, wait, there we go. If a merchant would pay a week's wage for a pitcher of that water, they'd give half their wealth for one of these things. Careful, eating strange fruit can have unexpected consequences. You didn't have any second thoughts about drinking the water here? Take a bite. They're amazing. Take your word for it. At least one of us will be clear-headed if they turn out to be poisonous. What if you turn into, like... Oh, come on. I'm pushing A. It's not doing anything. I'm going to turn this into a giant plum. I heard a frog. Oh boy. Looks like you were right, High Courier. Outlaws are bad. These aren't just outlaws, these are freaking skeletons. Something's not right. Why are they just standing there? One way or another, I'll get them to move. Get behind me. As Kane and Maeve come closer, their torchlight reveals fleshless soldiers. That's a tough word to say. Fleshless soldiers of a long dead kingdom. Those are no outlaws. My great spirits, what are they? They're fleshless soldiers. Okay. Prepare for battle. Defeat a small group of what appears to be walking skeletons. Alright. So, Risen Warrior, Risen Archer, Risen Adept. Skills, Axe Throw, Poison Arrow, Fireball. What happens if we click on some details? So, it looks like very weak to fire. Alright, how do we... Are they all weak to fire? We've got some resistance to earth. But their element type is fire. That seems weird. Alright. So we can withdraw, change the party, which is... We don't have any other party members. Yeah, we're fine. Why are we going to a loading screen? Oh, okay. All right, game. You gonna teach me anything? And where are they? All right, let's move here. I choose you to move here. Start battle. Let's hit plus. Okay. Oh, now you're gonna teach me. You can zoom while holding the L and right joystick to get a better view of the battle. Use the left joystick to move the camera and right to move the cursor. Gotcha. Wherever you want to move the hero, press R to confirm. Move Kane to a position where he can intercept enemies. He has high armor and can take a lot of punishment. Keep Maeve in the back so she can deal damage from afar. Let the enemies come to you. Don't rush. Wait and observe. In Tower of Time, reflexes don't matter. Only tactical awareness and observation skills. Alright, I'm gonna have to try that. Next. Where's... I'm trying to go to next. It's the D-pad. Alright, cool. Your champions generate threat when dealing damage. Melee attacks generate 150% threat, and some skills generate extra threat. Enemies attack targets with the highest threat. Each enemy has its own hate list. That's not good. When they're switching targets, it is indicated by a monster icon above their heads. Here, one enemy is breaking from Kane and moves to attack Maeve. In tactical mode, pushing A, you can see red lines. See the red lines? Showing which champion is currently targeted by each enemy. This is very important part of combat. Let Kane do his job, make all the enemies focus on him. You can pause at any time in battle. To change your selected hero, open the hero selection wheel by holding ZL, then select the hero with the right joystick and release ZL to select it. And you can also select the next or previous hero with the D-pad, I'm guessing. There are 2 combat stances that affect how your champions behave on their own. In stand ground, units will never move by themselves, which is useful if you want to group them together, example for a heal, area heal, or an aura effect. In move and attack, they will automatically attack the closest enemy, moving by themselves if needed. To change between these stances, open the hero select tool, select the hero and then using the ZL and clicking right joystick. And I see the designations icon on the bottom. All right. Tip 5, champion skills. To use a skill, first open the skill selection wheel with ZR, then pick the skill you want to use with the right joystick and release it. Some skills have automatic cast toggle. To toggle it, pick the skill in the selection wheel without releasing ZR. And press the right joystick. This is a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh. Some skills require confirming to cast anywhere on the screen. For example, buffs with the right bumper with arm. While others require marking the target area, then confirming the cast. Enemies in range of the skill are highlighted. Do not waste mana needlessly. It regenerates slowly in the early game. Use skills efficiently and maximize the number of targeted enemies. Certain enemy skills will target the ground. Red circle shows the area of impact. Move your champions outside the range, interrupt, and cast or break the channel. Certain effects like blind, daze, stun, freeze, as well as gravity effects, pull and push, will achieve this. The key to victory on higher difficulty is to use both battleground terrain and skills, which can affect the map to your advantage. Look for choke points and natural obstacles. If your champions are low on health or mana, withdraw them to a safe location until they recover. Okay. Where are they? Oh, there they are. They are just trying to get to me. All right, cool. So I choose you with... There we go. I choose you. Wait, I actually want to choose her. How do I change the standard ground? Is it clicking? It is clicking. So we're going to choose her to stay there. You. I want you to kind of move around. You. Move. Get over here, dude. Dash. Dash there. There we go. Got to use that right bumper. Alright, she's just kind of chilling out there. Dude, where you going? Come back over here. There we go. What else you got? You got Stonewall and Healing. Oh, you're not going to be able to use that for a while. Can I select what target I want them to go for? Or they just kind of just do their thing? Alright, what does she have that I could use? So she's got fire arrows, arrow barrage, and smoke screen. Alright, let's try this arrow barrage. Bango. There we go. Alright, dude, you need to, like, I don't know, heal or something. Yeah, can you chill out and heal? Yeah. This guy's just going to town. Alright, we're gonna need to move her up a little bit. I think she might be, like, out of range. Take care of him. Yeah, there we go. Oh, shoot. There are a lot of enemies. Smoke screen. That's not what I want. Don't get too close. Where's the mana? So she's at 56. Alright, let's take some damage off the board here. Alright, he needs a heal. There we go. Nice. 100% defeated. You have found a fist, And 7 gold. Let's see what it really is. Alright, so this is featherweight steel gloves. Okay. I guess yeah. I'm okay with that. You can summon various elementals and mechanical objects to aid you in the fight. They are expensive spells with long cooldowns, but can reshape the battle to your advantage. I'll accept that. If I had not seen them with my own eyes, fought them with my own hands, dead, risen from the ground, what evil is this? Such undying determination. Look there. A severed arm still twitches, intent on continuing the fight. I'm just glad they fell easily enough to ablate an arrow. Perhaps we were just lucky. Next time, withdraw further back. Your bow is of no use. Too close to the front line. Your presence only distracts me from battle. I don't know. I think that went really well. I don't know. We've just dispatched the living dead, and you lecture me over tactics? Really, Kane? Sometimes you take your duty and rank too far. After all, you thought they were ordinary outlaws and led us right into them. Alive or dead, they were no match for my skill with the blade. Whatever you say, Kane. Arguing with you is like talking to a stone wall. Should we get back and tell my lord about this? Not yet. We have our duty to complete. Let's continue and see what lies ahead. Alright, press L to show the exploration menu, R to use to select the party management icon, and L to access the inventory. Alright, so L. What do we have? Library, map, character screen. There we go. Inventory is shared between all your champions. Each hero has basic equipment, white. When you remove any magic item from your character slot, base gear is automatically equipped. If an item cannot be used by a given champion, class restrictions, for example, an item is marked red. You cannot sell items, but you can destroy them to recover some resources. To dismantle an item, select it and press L. Itemization is very rich in Tower of Time. There are several statistics which can be attached to an item. Next to an item icon, there are several gray boxes which indicate the number of possible upgrades in the item forge that this item can receive. It will be explained later when you get access to this technology. Number on an icon, in this case 1. Where do I see that? I see that on the icon there. Yes, indicates the item tier. Each item can roll either prefix or suffix. Green items, or both of them, blue and purple items. In the example below, one of the weapons is of sparks, which can add 1 to 3 air damage, while the other is jagged, which adds a bonus armor penetration. One example of specialization is that two-handed melee weapons have cleave damage percentage. When you attack an enemy, percentage of a primary target damage is also applied to all the enemies in a cone area in front. Okay, that kind of makes sense. As you get access to higher tiers, new statistics can roll. Some of them even have a negative impact. Oh, interesting. I don't like it, but it's interesting. Cool. Alright, so we did get this item here. It doesn't look like Kane can use it. Let's change it. Hero. Alright, great. She can use it, so let's give that to her. Beautiful. So she has a crossbow. And that's all we got. That is all we got. Let's back out. Alright, that is going to actually end today's episode. It went a little longer. There's a lot of stuff to learn in this game. We have barely scratched the surface. Obviously, we only hit one battle. I know that we have a lot more to go. So please join me in the next episode, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.